Okay, so last night I saw Captain Marvel, and I want to talk about it. First, I want to address the stupid controversy, because it's stupid. Is what Brie Larson said bad? Yes, it's pretty bad. Does it affect the quality of this film in any way at all? No. I'm going to be reviewing the film as a film. The film does good, or the film does bad. For me, there's a lot bad, so let's just get right into it. We're going to kick straight off with the positives of the film, and that's Ben Mendelsohn and Samuel Jackson. Ben Mendelsohn as the main Skrull villain is perfect. I know, the best part of a Marvel movie is its villain. But I thought he played the role brilliantly, and I like him as an actor. I liked him in Rogue One, he was pretty decent in Ready Player One too, and he's really, really good here. And I think he's got one of the strongest performances throughout the film. And of course, Samuel Jackson's brilliant. When is he not going to be brilliant? Samuel Jackson. He's also a character we know and love. Nick Fury is someone we've been following for a very long time, so when he gets extra screen time, we all enjoy it. But now the negatives of Captain Marvel, and that's Captain Marvel herself. I'm not blaming this on Brie Larson at all or her acting skill, because I hear she is quite a talented actress. I think she's trying the best with what she's been given and her direction, and I'm going to be honest, I just don't think it's there. Captain Marvel just comes across wooden, cold and unlikable, to be honest. There's no character development really at all in the film. You can't call her a Mary Sue, that's one thing I would defend her. You see her training, you see where she gets her powers, but that doesn't make an interesting character. Just seeing where characters get their abilities and the reason for them being a badass, it doesn't excuse the fact that your character is boring and dull. I think the biggest reason for this is because the writers seem to be scared to make Captain Marvel have any vulnerabilities or human emotion, of making her seem really powerful, empowered, and flawless. But humans aren't flawless. We're flawed beings, and a lot of us have vulnerabilities and have issues. Take for example Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie. He's this rich billionaire who doesn't give a shit about anybody else, spends millions of pounds on weapons and funds all this stuff, and it isn't until he sees firsthand the damage his weapons are causing that he decides, to make a change. This is what drives him throughout the first movie, and the reason he makes the Iron Man suit is to protect people. And then again in Captain America Civil War, we learn more that he just craved his father's attention and love, and was constantly trying to fight that, and he hated him for it, and he was jealous of Captain America, Steve Rogers, for a lot of his life. He says that himself. He says he was jealous because he could never be him. Or Black Widow and Natasha Romanoff. She's a very dark and regretful past, which we learn about throughout all the different films, especially in Winter Soldier. It's something that haunts her to this day, and you can tell drives her. She also had her womb and her ovaries taken away at a young age, preventing her from ever having children. And then Captain America himself is a man literally out of time, where he's seen everything he loves gone, and there's nothing he can do about it. All the people he cared about, all the things he knew, and the world that he understood is just gone. It's past, and it's never coming back. He even watches the love of his life die of old age in front of him. That's why when we get a scene like this in Captain America Civil War, you understand why and can see where Steve's coming from, because he's trying to fight and defend the last thing he has. Bucky is all he has left. From who he used to be and where he used to come from, and he will fight to protect that and believes in his best friend, but doing so he hurts his current best friend, the person that he also feels connected to, someone he doesn't want to hurt, but when it comes down to the two things, he can't lose that last lifeline. He can't just stand by and watch his current best friend try and kill his other one.
He's my friend. So was I. Stay down. Final warning.
That's why this is one of my most favourite scenes, and such a powerful scene in an MCU movie, because you can see from both points of view. You see why Tony's so upset. The person who killed his parents, especially his mum, is standing right in front of him.
This isn't going to change what happened.
I don't care. He killed my mom.
But you can see from Steve's point of view why he believes he's innocent, and it's not his fault because he was manipulated, he was being used, and he wasn't in control of his own mind. So you feel bad for both characters, and then seeing them go at each other is truly riveting. This scene has emotional weight, it's earned, and when you come out of it you don't feel good. And Captain Marvel lacked all of that. It had no emotional weight.
That shield doesn't belong to you. You don't deserve it. My father made that shield.
Love, jealousy and grief are all huge emotions which help ground and make these characters relatable. There are all these larger than life people, superheroes, you know, saving the day and have all these amazing abilities or really huge intelligence. It's the human emotions and the things they go through in their past that makes us care about them and makes them, you know, relatable in some sense. Sadly, Captain Marvel has none of this. She has no vulnerabilities. There's never a moment you feel sorry for her. There's never a moment you see her grieve. Even one of her friends dies in the film. And it just wasn't played off as that big of a deal. Brie Larson is trying. I don't think it's her fault. It's just the writing. I just don't think the writing was very good and possibly the direction wasn't there. This is why I think vulnerability is such a huge part of what makes a character, especially a Marvel character, but any character. It gives them weight, it gives them emotion, it gives them a purpose. Captain Marvel has no purpose. So the movie, you're just watching her shoot laser beams and make pretty shit jokes, to be honest. As a Marvel movie, I'm disappointed. I expected a lot better. I actually had faith in this film. I was like, it's Marvel, they can't go wrong. But yeah, it's not good. I definitely think it's probably the worst Marvel film out there. And I'm not a huge fan of Iron Man 2, but I'll watch Iron Man 2 because of the funny bird stuff.
Yes.
I want my bird.
A bird? You want a bird?
I want my bird.
I can get you a bird, I can get you 10 birds.
I want my bird.
With the film, I think, is the cinematography, and there just doesn't feel like there's any creative flair there. If you look at Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok, which also do the space interstellar stuff, it's just so much more interesting and colourful. Captain Marvel, there isn't a memorable fight scene at all, and when there is a fight scene, it's just really dark, especially in space. They're fighting in a spaceship, and it's just black and there's these white lights. It's like they're just fighting. They could be fighting anywhere. It doesn't feel like they're fighting in space. And a lot of the time, I couldn't tell who was who. Now you could make a blind joke and be like, oh, you know, you can't tell who's who, but no, I usually can tell who's who in a fight. My eyes have never caused a problem for me when I'm watching a film, and there's many people I've seen talking about this. Chris Stuckman himself. The lighting in the film is so poorly done, and the cinematography and just the way it's cut together, you can't tell who's Captain Marvel and who's not because it's just so dull. The film's just dull. Seeing the trailers where she's flying and she's shooting stuff, and the music I didn't feel like worked either, and it just felt meh. The film ended and me and my cousin looked at each other and we were just like, is that it? Oh, okay then, well, pointless then. That's another big problem. The film has no consequence. There's no connection, it feels like, because all the Marvel movies connect, but there's no reason for this movie to exist. I come out of the film knowing as much about Captain Marvel as I did entering it. She can shoot laser beams and she fights Skrulls and she's part of the Kree and whatever else. I'm not excited at all to see her in Endgame, but I have faith and hope that the Russo brothers and the writers over with, you know, the Avengers team and everything else can make her a more of a likable character, can give some weight to her. But I feel like the movie just focused on too many different things, and the tone and the actual pacing. The pacing of the film is not very good at all. It feels like a student film. I'm not knocking student films. I'm shit at pacing as well, but pacing is a difficult thing to get right, and it's just not done well here. I actually went over to my cousin during the film and I just said, this just feels weird. It's just so fast. It was just jumping through everything, and it didn't give time for you to care at all about what was going on. And the emotional flashbacks, what was supposed to be emotional, you know, but which could have been used to build character and been an actual part of the film, were just quick snippets, and literally what you see in the trailer is what you get in the film. It doesn't add anything. It's just, oh, she was a weak human, now she's not a weak human just because. Making a character vulnerable, giving them emotion, doesn't make them weak. It doesn't mean you can't look up to that character. I've already given you plenty of examples throughout the entirety of the MCU which makes all of those characters very human, relatable, and there's a reason we care about them. It's because they're so well written. Captain Marvel sadly isn't, and I hope if they make a sequel or an Endgame that her character's fixed and just made more interesting. She's supposed to be this big bad, awesome badass who's going to come and, you know, defeat Thanos, but honestly, if she comes and defeats Thanos, that's going to suck. Because I don't care, I like her. I want Tony Stark to do it, I want Thor to do it, I want a character I care about to do it. Captain America, you know. Captain Marvel hasn't earned that for me yet. She hasn't earned enough of my respect or or interest. And I think a lot of people are going to feel the same. However, if you do disagree with me, that's fine. It's your own opinion. I'm not trying to take away from anybody. If they enjoyed the film, you enjoyed the film. I ain't taking that away from you, and I don't want to take that away from you. All power to you for enjoying the film. This is just why I didn't enjoy the film, and it's why I don't think a lot of people will enjoy the film. And it's a huge problem. I think with what they were doing, I kind of could see what they were going for, and they just didn't achieve it, sadly. So, is Captain Marvel good? No. Is it fine? Kind of. Will I see it again? Definitely not. I don't see any reason to have to see Captain Marvel again. If it's on in the background, sure. And that's the first Marvel movie that I don't want to see again. Even Iron Man 2, again. Bring it home, Iron Man 2. I will watch again because of the stupid memes. But it's just not got much rewatch value and or any relevance to the MCU. There's just no reason to watch it. It doesn't add anything to Captain Marvel. It doesn't tell us anything new. It's just pretty below average, to be honest. So yeah, that's my review. If you have a different opinion and you want to air it, go ahead in the comments. But this is my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. And so is anyone else that has different opinion to you. So yeah, until next time, catch you later. Bye.